I'm Mary White Owens. Here is my deep story. My story all started in 1879, in Mississippi. So you know, I am Harry Smith III, who is the one bringing me to you today. I am his father, Harry Smith Jr.'s grandmother. My daughter was Virginia May Harry Smith Jr.'s mother. My father, Isaac C. Owens, was born in 1840, in Mississippi. My mother, Jane Owens Gordon, was born in 1838, also in Mississippi. When they married in 1881, my mother was 2 years older than my father. He ran away from slavery and joined Harriet Tubman's Underground Railroad until he could join the North to fight in the Civil War. And he did. My father fought in the Civil War to free our people. Then after he got home, he heard that they was giving away free land in Indian Territory, which later became Oklahoma, but the land was only for white people. But because my mama and I looked white, he decided that we could pass, and he got in the Oklahoma land rush. As the sun approached its zenith on April 22, 1889, an anxious army of 50,000 land-hungry settlers awaited their signal. Then, as the minute hand slipped over the hour hand at noontime, cannons boomed, pistols fired and bugles blared across the dusty plains. Horseback riders kicked their mounts with their spurs, and wagon drivers cracked their whips as they thundered across the prairie in a frenzied sprint. Exhilaration coursed through their veins, and wind whipped through their hair as they charged ahead to stake their claims to what they hoped would be their new homesteads. But boomers participating in the Oklahoma land rush all thirsted for a piece of the cheap land that had been opened up for white settlement by the U.S. government. Unlike other portions of the Indian Territory, which was sandwiched between Kansas and Texas, that had been assigned to the nearly 40 Native American tribes, forcibly relocated by the federal government in previous decades. These vast, unassigned lands had not been designated to any particular tribe. Due to improved agricultural and ranching techniques, and believe me, oil. Even this arid, treeless landscape, once thought worthless, had become coveted by white farmers and ranchers seeking virgin territory. Responding to their wishes, President Benjamin Harrison declared on March 23, 1889, that the unassigned lands would be open for settlement, beginning precisely at noon, on April 22nd. First come, first served. It was a very hard trip, Mom, and I thought we would die for sure. But we made it. It was a very hard trip. But we did get a house, and Mom and Dad stayed there until they died. Dave and I raised our children there, and we took care of Mom and Dad when they got too old to take care of themselves. My mom, Jane. She was the daughter of the plantation owner in Mississippi. She was a mulatto. I married my sweetheart Dave, aka Dane White, on September 9, 1897, at age of 18, in Carter County, Oklahoma City of Ardmore. I still remember it as if it were yesterday. I could have not been more happy. He was a hard-riding cowboy, but a good man. He was born in 1867 in Missouri. He was 30 years old when we married, 12 years older than me. We had 4 lovely daughters and 2 boys. All our children were born in Indian Territory, or what turned into Oklahoma. First we had our daughter Manda in 1889. Manda had 2 boys, Frank Jr., who she named after his father Frank Dennis, and another son we can't name because he went up to Racine, Wisconsin, and passed as a Caucasian, or a white, person, so we don't want to blow his cover now. Although he's dead now. But he have children. Don't worry, the DNA will show him up. We had our daughter Blanche in 1901. That girl loved to party and dance, but never had any children. Raised Lanzetta a little after her mother died, before she went to Lorraine's. We had our daughter Lorana in 1902. After Virginia May died after giving birth to Lonzetta, Lorana raised her until she was 16 and went to California to live with her brother, Harry, Jr., who had just bought his first home. And last but not least, our youngest daughter Virginia May, aka Virgie May, was born circa 1906. Then we had our two boys, Dave, Jr. Our first boy, my husband was so happy he finally had his son. He was so happy he nicknamed him Son. And that stuck to him. For the rest of his life, everybody called him Son. Then we had the baby boy Fred. Ardmore was turning from a wild, west, town to a big city. Son drove taxi for a while, ran moonshine for a while, and played piano, and sung on the radio for a bit. Fred was a real good boxer for a while, saved his money, then moved to Ardmore, Pennsylvania, and became a famous tailor of men's suits. This is Fred. Yes, he was a ladies' man. And the women loved him. Family, we will always be with you, and give you the benefit of our experience. Just bow your head and pray. And listen for our answer. If you know right from wrong, it will be the right thing to do. You can be, or do, anything good you want. Just learn how to do it, and do it. Dave and I had 10 wonderful grandchildren. From Manda aka Modell we had Frank, Jr. and his brother. We had Charles, Gladys, Jim, and Zola from our daughter Lorana. We had Harry, Wesley, and Bobby Jean and Lonzetta from our daughter Virginia. I'm so glad I got to share my deep story with you. Thanks so much for watching. Hotep and love you.